Yeah, so I'm currently downloading my FTD Jab Blues CDs to my iTunes library so I can listen to on my headphones. Haven't got a good hi-fi yet, but so I was started to read the book. That's such a beautiful book, and it says in here right that like a lot of everyone knows, but they made it so that to them for Elvis to record writers' songs, Elvis and or their publishing company, Gladys Music and Elvis Music, wanted to share a third of the royalty of the publishing. And also because they now had a bit of success of power making these films, it says that only Elvis and the Colonel would decide which songs to use because it says Colonel Tom Parker retained control of the music by making sure his publishing company worked with each movie company's selection with no input from RCA Victor. This was tragic because it meant that the label were not involved, and only Elvis and the Colonel will put business first, not art. And it's why we don't have all the takes, because the film companies and I guess Gladys Music, Elvis the Colonel, didn't work out what happened to the recordings after, and that's why we don't have all the sessions and the music. Whereas RCA Victor, a record label, their main asset is they know is the audio, is the music. That's what they hold on to. That's what we get from. So I do think them having less involvement over time could be why we don't have access to that material. It wasn't looked after. But the main point is that Elvis and the Colonel were actually producing these albums, really executive producing by choosing the songs that they'd record, which ones would they record for. So that kind of reminds me of what a lot of artists do, and it's when you see their careers slip and fall apart, like the second 50 Cent is executive producing his albums. The albums don't flow well; they're not very good because he's looking for songs where he can earn more publishing or have a say on, have more of a say. So the quality goes down. Whereas a record label is going to look more objectively about what's going to be the best song things for your career musically. Once you have all say, you might pick songs that are easier for yourself to sing or beats that are easier for you to rap. Not in your everything's in your comfort zone. Artists should always have someone else helping them to see outside of themselves. The second you have too much power, it will still be great. And there's something interesting about knowing that, like, what's the word, gestalt, that the person has total overall vision of their career and their art and the overall process. Something interesting about that. But you do tend to stop getting those massive, phenomenal hits, not just from Elvis, but other artists. I noticed that the second that they're executive producing and like producing everything, there's a slide because there's businesses put ahead or you're making easier options, safe choices. Anyway, I mean, immediately, like, I'm like, wow, this book is making me have thoughts and kind of elucidating things. This is very good. Very, very. We're just flipping through it. It's just, yeah, but I can't wait to listen to these albums.